In this tutorial, we will be explaining everything about how to view a job on JobLogic and the different statuses of a job and the importance of that status, not just for you as an engineer, but for the system, for the administrators, and even for our customer. So what you see when you log in is an overview of any jobs that are assigned to you, and in this case it's the same test job as you might have seen before, just one visit. It shows you on the top the job number and visit ID, customer order number, and just below that you will see that there is a short description of what the job entails. This is a free formatted description which is input by the administrator, and we will try and make that as clear to you as possible so that you got an idea of what the job will entail and how busy you're going to be for that particular job. Further information below that is the date that the job has been assigned for, at the time it has been assigned for, and below that you will have some contact details for that particular site. So that is just a brief view of what the job will look like. If you want to see more about the job, then you can simply click on it anywhere in this area, and the job will open with far more information. So let me run you through what you see on this screen. Right on the top you will see that there are two tabs, one details and one others. Let's focus on the details tab for now. Below the details tab you will see a yellow bar with the word warnings in there. Well, that's clear enough. If there is a warning, then we definitely want you to know about that. And the warning could be any information that is important for you before you head off to the job or whilst you're on the job. There could be a customer warning. At the moment, there are no warnings for this customer, but there could be a warning that you have to inform, for instance, someone in head office that you're heading off for a job, or some documentation needs to be sent there. It's a reminder for you. So in this case, no customer warnings. However, there's also a site tab on the top. If you click on the site, you will see for this particular job no site warning either, but that could be information related to, for instance, access to the unit or parking information or the presence of particular pets. The warnings are just there for you to read and not to action, but it's information. Clicking on the back button on the top, we come back to the main screen, and in the body of this page you will see the same sort of information as you've seen before. Everything about the information of the job. And it will give you information about the status of the job, which in this case says accepted. I will go over the various statuses of the job a bit later. What we have next below is a view full button, whereby you can get more information about, in this case, the description of the job. And I guess if you've got a description like this, you will have a good indication of what you're heading for in the job. Then you'll see a couple of buttons down the bottom. One where you can abort the job and one where you can decide to travel to the job. Again, I will talk about the various statuses and the buttons in a bit. If I scroll the screen up, I will reveal quite a few more buttons at the bottom. First of all, there's a bar saying information and view. If I click on view, I will see that I have an assets message at the bottom of the screen, but it doesn't give me any information because there are no assets in warranty on this screen. There are no products in that property that we have registered for warranty purposes. You can click out of this simply by clicking anywhere on the screen apart from that bar, and I get back to the job itself. You can now navigate to various different topics. You can read notes, side notes, so notes about the visit, notes about the site. There are tasks that you can look at. There are attachments that you can add photos. There are assets you can review, and there are expenses that you can add. This is just a little tutorial to show you where all these buttons are. The functionality of it we will touch on in other tutorials. Scrolling back to the top, you will see on the top, like I discussed, the details and the others tab. So if we now click on the word others, we will open the tab others, and you have a chance to visit all details, job details. I'm just running down the list of the menu that you see in front of you. So you can see all about the visit details, all about the job details, all about the quote details, all about everything else that you see listed there. I just want to point out one which might be of interest to you. If you click on quote details, the third one down, then you'll see there's information about the initial quote, and it's got a little button for quote lines. If you click on quote lines, you will see what has been ordered by the customer. And that might be a little bit more information that you see in the text at the summary of the job. So it might be a bit hidden, but this is where you can find what schedule of rates have been offered and ordered by the customer. Going back to quote lines and back button on the quote details on the top, again we get back to the main visit details and click the details and others job. Going back to the main job, and this is your general screen that you will get to once you log in, is an overview of all the jobs. There is one important thing still to explain to you, which is which jobs statuses are available and what do they mean. So on the top there's a filter available. If I click on that filter, I can see all the different jobs. So what's the importance of all these statuses? Well, the main importance is that whatever you do on the system, whatever administrators do on the system, is updated real time. Our customers will have access to a portal whereby they can view the status of a job. So to avoid all the phone calls of asking where the engineer is, what time he will arrive, what the status is of the job, we will be able to view that real time. And customers will be able to view that real time. So it's very important for you to update this app every time you make a move with respect to this particular job. First of all, a job is being created by the administrator, and at the time that they schedule the job in for you and push that one out to you, you will get a notification and you will see that your job is marked as a new job. It is literally just assigned to you, a date and a time has been assigned to it, but that's about it. It will appear in your calendar and it will say new job. At the same time, if we go back to the main screen, you would see in your job overview that this, in that case, would read new, and the action button below would say accept. This is already a job which is in the next stage. So going back to the filters, the job we've just seen, you will have pressed the button accepted, and that means that the job status then changes to accepted, and the job action to follow up would be to travel. So the next button down makes perfect sense to you. The moment that you are ready to start traveling to a site, you will press the green travel button and the status of the job updates to traveling. and the action button that will appear on the job for you to press once you are on site is called on site. So you can see by pressing the traveling button and you've got an hour's journey ahead, we are actually completely aware of you are traveling towards the site. We can give the customer an estimated time of arrival. And that in itself is excellent customer service, and that's what we want to supply. So ensure that when you leave, you actually press the traveling button. And as much as it's important that when you arrive on site, the first thing you do is get your phone out, confirm the green button to say on site, in which case your status of your job is upgraded to on site, and the next status that you will see on your action button is that you will leave the site. Leaving the site, you will only press once you are ready, completed, finished, and you will have gone through the whole process on the system to confirm all the jobs have been completed, the customer has signed, you have signed, and only at that point you'll be able to leave the site and start to travel home. There are a number of other statuses which are not so much for you to acknowledge, but are actions that will result in the status of the job to change. So you are able to abort a job and obviously complete a job, and a job can be cancelled. So all those will be shown here, and you're able to view your jobs with these statuses. However, as an engineer in the field, you're likely not wanting to see any cancelled and rejected jobs. If any jobs are being updated by the administration team or by yourself by acknowledging any of the action buttons, that will automatically send notifications through to you and to the team and update the system automatically. And I think that's one of the big strengths of implementing JobLogic in what we do on a day-to-day basis. If you have any questions regarding how to navigate your jobs or the status updates, then please reach out to either myself, Alfred van Pelt, or Tony. Thank you very much.